Hey guys, this is FreedomFrenzy91, and I'm talking about the Roxio GameCap HD Pro. It's the Roxio gaming capture card. It's the card that I tend to use to capture most of my gameplay. I capture some stuff from the computer, but most of it comes from the capture card. Now, I want to show you guys how to use this capture card with an HDMI splitter. The reason I'm doing this mostly is because I've seen videos on how to hook up your capture card to an HDMI splitter, but most of the time they're using the Elgato. So I just want to show you with the Roxio. Here's the Roxio, and as you can see, I have 4 consoles. So I got myself a 4-way HDMI splitter, and it is the Museo, and it can do 4K, it can do 3D, it can do a lot of stuff. And it's actually relatively cheap. I found it on Amazon for around $23. If you guys have a good number of consoles, I recommend this card right now. It's, at least so far, working pretty well. Okay, so how do you do this? I'm not unhooking the wires because it took a bit to hook up, so I'm just going to show you. Now, you hook up one HDMI on the side of the Roxio that has the USB hookup for the computer, and that one goes to your TV. Then the other side, you hook up to the HDMI in the splitter box. Then, after you're done with that, you hook up everything else you want to hook up to either 1, 2, 3, or 4. It doesn't matter which order. It doesn't matter which order really, because the thing is that this card is very sensitive. Even though it comes with a remote that allows you to switch between 1, 2, 3, and 4, you don't even really need that remote unless you have more than one system going on at the same time, because the card actually can tell which system is on. So I'm going to show you that now actually. Right now, the Xbox One is on. But let's say I'm done recording whatever I want for the Xbox One and I want to record some gameplay footage from a Nintendo Switch game. So I just turn off my Xbox One, right? You see that? Goes to the blue screen. Then I turn on my Nintendo Switch. Boom. There's the Nintendo Switch. But let's say I want to go to an SNES Classic. I want to show some older gameplay. So I turn off my Nintendo Switch and I turn on my SNES Classic. Boom, you see it's right there. I don't have to press any buttons. The splitter already knows that that system is on. But let's say I want to go all the way back to my old days of the NES. So I turn on the NES Classic instead, and boom, I have some NES Classic footage on. Now, this is a different angle. I'm going to show you from the capture card point of view. I'm going to show you, because this is what actually you're going to be seeing on the capture card so that you can decide what you want to capture. Now, if you notice, now it's actually really easy. Once again, I have the SNES Classic on right now. I'm going to turn that off, and notice it says no signal. Now I'm going to turn on the NES Classic. And there it is. Takes a little bit, a few seconds, but after that, you're ready to capture card gameplay from your NES Classic. And I'm just going to show you also, if I turn this off, turn on the Switch, I'm ready to capture gameplay from my Switch. Now, if I turn off the Switch, I turn on my Xbox One, boom, ready to capture gameplay for the Xbox One. So it works really well, and I think it's much better than constantly switching out the HDMI from your capture card. So I recommend getting a splitter if you have multiple consoles, and as I just showed you, it can work seemingly with the Roxio GameCap HD Pro. So if you guys have that capture card and you guys have multiple consoles, this I think is much easier than constantly taking out the HDMI and putting it into another console. It's just very smooth. You just turn off one console, you turn on the next console. Maybe you come and you're like, okay, which console do I want to play today? You don't even have to worry about which input the thing's on, because the switcher that I have at least can tell which console you're turning on. It seems to run mostly smooth. I did get one freeze where the capture card actually froze. I had to actually turn off my computer and turn it back on, but other than that, it seems to run mostly smooth. Anyway, I just wanted to show you guys that. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and may God bless you all.